Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I am one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke, and over to my left,
Back at it, man. Duran, no cool nickname. I know what it is.
we're at OCL again.
Yep.
You know, we like to come here. It's a nice, chill place. I think we've told you all that before. Atmosphere is really great. Got a lot of seating. Unlike your typical lounge, they have a ton of seating.
Cool.
You know, and they're
Cool.
and they're looking to expand. So can't wait for that to happen. I'm real excited to see
Yeah, for sure,
how it
man.
all turns out. You know,
For sure. It'll be
but
good.
anyway, let's get right to it. So this is the Drew Estate Liga Ratzilla. Have you had a Ratzilla?
Not recently. I want to say, like, I don't know were these out a couple years ago?
Yeah.
So I want to say it's been a couple years.
Okay.
Right?
These have been out for a little while.
But not recently.
So this is part of their like Único line, which is kind of hard to get for the retailers.
They're like almost event-only cigars, pretty
No,
close.
not
They're
necessarily.
not only, but that's where you see them a lot, right? Like Drew Estate events, that type of thing. Like,
well, so you mean like store events, or you mean like Drew
yeah,
Estate?
like store events. Like I see them a lot at store events, and I don't think I've walked into many brick and mortars and seen this cigar sitting around. Like I've seen it at some of your major retailers.
Yes. And that's because it's the Único series,
right?
Which is one of their highest tier levels.
Right. You got to
for
spend
Drew Estate.
lots of money to get to these.
Yeah, it's ungodly. It's tens of thousands per month, I think it is, or per year, whatever that is. But yeah, it's a lot of money to get to that tier as a shop in order to stock these things.
Yes.
And so usually, even if you get to that tier, they're still difficult to get from Drew Estate because there's just not a whole lot of supply.
Yeah.
And so, like you said,
you see them at lots.
You see them at an event where the store has gotten to that tier, and the rep brings them.
Yes.
And so, these were at Scenic.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
They've moved up to tier 4, I guess it is, in order to sell these.
Nice. Okay.
And they're doing a Drew Estate event. When is it?
It's coming up soon.
It's coming up very soon. I can't remember exactly when it is. It's this month. It's like next week or something like that, or something. Or maybe it's this week. It's the 7th, if I remember right. Yeah, it's the 7th. Right. So by the time this episode airs, it'll be over.
It'll be past that.
Yeah. But
you just pull it off there, man. Like
so I just kind of well, I don't have a open end, cutter. Like it's the dummy back cutter, and so I know, but I'm lazy. That's why they call these the lazy cutters.
So for our spirit today,
yeah,
we are drinking Old Carter. And this brand is kind of funny, right? Because there's a whole lot of stuff going on with this brand right now.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get into it because that's people's personal business. You know what I'm saying? But y'all feel free to look it up. Like I think there's a definitive owner at this point.
Yes.
Right. So we may be getting some bottles soon, but this is batch 12. It comes in at 110.8 proof. So looking forward to trying this. This is just a straight bourbon, so nothing special here about this one besides the fact that it's Old Carter, and it is a fresh crack. So we're gonna get right into it, man.
Let's get into it. I'm gonna light the cigar.
Open this bad boy.
So, if you're not familiar with the Rats, just like with the Old Carters, they've got all these different sublines. With the Carters, they've got, I think it's 4 different lines of Old Carters.
Probably.
And then each of those lines have their batch numbers.
Yes.
We just call them Rats because they're usually some form of the word, right? So this is Ratzilla, but then you got the Velvet Rat, you got the Feral Rat, you've got the Year of the Rat. Mm-hmm. Like there's all these different ones, and they are all different. So
great cork pop.
That was a nice bottle pop.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now this is, I don't think we've had this.
No.
particular one
I don't
ever.
think so either.
So this is a
Oh,
new.
we got a great glug glug there too, man. Like, let me pour a little more of this one. I ain't even gonna lie. It's fresh crack with the pot. Get a pour worth pouring.
Let's see what we got here.
It smells
What'd you say it
phenomenal
was?
already.
110. That's pretty low for an old Carter.
It is.
So that's interesting. Yeah.
But I can tell you this: the nose already, like you can smell it from there.
I'm expecting the nose to just
No.
kind of knock me back here. Oh, that's so good. Like bright fruits,
Dude, like just
right? A little caramel. It's more than caramel. It's like
it's like a candied. Jeez, it smells great. Sorry, y'all can't smell it. Like, you know.
no smell-o-vision yet.
Wow, that's like it's all over the place.
That's so good. And I don't even mind it that it's lower proof than an old Carter normally
It
is.
just tastes so well rounded, but like
This is probably the most well-rounded old Carter I've ever had.
yes.
Most of them kind of have flavor spikes here and there, right? That something shines. This one, nothing really overly shines.
No, but it's just like it's still just a massive flavor bomb. Like
I'm curious how that's going to develop in the glass. Because the bright fruits aroma is so strong on the nose. Oh, that linger. Still in the palate.
yeah, I'm gonna have to let that open up a little bit and see how much better it gets. Like it's already very good, but I'm curious to see just
Like
where
with
we
a
get
neck
to.
pour that good, I can only
Yeah.
imagine halfway through what that thing's going to be like. Ooh, that is a bit stronger than the other thing we had. That's got
For
something to
sure.
it.
Woo!
but it's good. Like I like it. Um, so I've got this, and then I also have the Velvet Rat, and the Velvet Rat happens to be my favorite
Okay.
out of all the rats. Uh, and it tends to be a little bit smoother, whereas this is a bit spicier, a little bit bolder, a little bit stronger. I want to say they're both the what do you call this? I guess this is a Lonsdale. I think they're both Lonsdales, but so essentially a Toro but skinnier.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend as if I remember. You know. What I can tell you is it's strong. Like very, very flavorful, but it is strong.
It's super flavorful. Like I just retroed. It's man. Like I hate that these are not only so hard to find, but they're not cheap either. Typically these Unico series start at $20. You might find them at 18. I think that's what these were. I think these were 18. But such a great cigar. If you can ever find any of the Unico series, and how you know is it's got the typical. I'm gonna try to find a picture. It has the typical like griffin, whatever you want to call that the Ligas have, but it's got a U on it in the logo, and that tells you that it's part of the Unico series. So like if you're a Lancero fiend, they've got the L40s. Oh, it's probably my favorite out of all the Unicos.
Okay.
Impossible to find. They're so hard to find.
I'm still sitting on an A.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's a Unico.
I'm still sitting on an A.
Yeah.
And
I think I have. I think
actually,
I
I
have.
might have more than one now. Because
think I have
did we
both
get
of mine.
A's this year too?
Yeah. Well, last year. Yeah.
Well, yes, last year.
Yes.
So that
you
means
would
I
have
have
gotten two. Yeah. I think
two.
I still have those two. I smoked the 2 from the previous year. Well, so I gave one away.
I
and
gave one
then
away as well.
and then I smoked the other one. So I still have the 2 left from this past year. Great cigar. Takes like 2.5, 3 hours to get through. It's a great cigar though. I think I smoked it for the college national championship. I think that's when I smoked it. And it took the whole game to smoke it.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever last month.
Last year, my bad. I keep saying
No. It's
or just
just last month.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is this is punchy, guys. Like, if you are not a full body, full flavor person, like, this might scare you a little.
Yeah, I would say if you're not, stay away from the Liga line altogether.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of them aren't that bad.
I don't know. Is there the H99 maybe the lightest?
The H99 and then the Aniversario. I think the Aniversario is kind of light too.
Okay.
Surprisingly, that's my least favorite Liga.
The Aniversario. Yeah. Same here. I thought it would be better, being like it's supposed to be an event-only cigar, but now you're kind of seeing them out in your lounges. As a matter of fact, they had some at Scenic. They had a box of them at Scenic.
Was it just for the event, or
no,
like they actually had a?
No, they just had them in the humidor.
Okay.
So more and more, I'm seeing them just sitting in humidors, which is okay, fine. And then look, palates are different. Like we're sitting here saying that the Aniversario is our least favorite. Yeah. There's somebody out there where the Aniversario is their favorite.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
They love it that we don't like it because there's not a lot out there. It's another hard one to find. I mean, shoot, let's be real. All the Ligas are hard to find. Some more than others, but
yes, for sure.
The Unicos are especially hard to find, and that's because of the tier system.
This is so much more flavorful than the last cigar we were smoking. Like, just leaps and bounds.
That's why I said we needed to smoke this one second, because if we'd have smoked this one first and then that other one,
we would have just not been happy about it. Not been happy about it. And for those that don't know, we record 2 episodes an evening. You might not see both of them back to back, but we record 2 episodes a night. So our first cigar was, fairly light. And again, if you're really smart, you can look and see what we have on and figure that out.
Yeah.
But good luck with that. I ain't got time for all that. But
yeah, because I'm separating the episodes now pretty good.
Good. But this is much stronger than the last one.
And it's also much more flavorful.
Yes.
There's just
but
so
the
much
punch
more
in itself is just absolutely. Like, it's completely different. Classic Liga construction, man. Like, ton of smoke production. You know what I'm saying? Like, just can't be mad about it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that might be one of my favorite old Carters I've ever had. Just because of the balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's so well balanced.
There's just a lot of complexity there too, though, man. Like, it's so. I want to say tame, but that's not a good word.
No, it's balanced. Like,
balanced is a good word, but still, that I don't
like. There's a dozen flavors there that are all working in harmony with each other, creating this even profile. And so you don't have a whole lot of these like spikes, I like to call them, right? Where something is overshining something else, right? And so you get more complexity because of how well balanced it is.
Right. I don't disagree with that.
Like, there's other old Carters that we have or have tasted where we're just like, holy crap, that's amazing, right? But that's because it typically has something that, like, sort of identifies it, right? Something that
something that you can say, this batch is this.
Yes. But this one, it's like you took all the batches, all the good stuff,
blended them together.
We're gonna tame, like you said,
in great harmony.
We're gonna tame all this down, but you're gonna taste everything.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that's a good one, man. I really like it. I mean, but again, I've yet to have an old Carter that wasn't really good.
That's
I mean,
again
I
like
hear there's some that aren't great, the state ones or something like that. But
that's possible. But again, like I still haven't tasted one that I was like, this is just bad. Like that, I still think the brand in general is probably like their worst bottle is probably still better than most of
yes,
the stuff on the market.
right.
Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
even their worst bottle is probably gonna be better than some bottles that get really, really good praise.
And don't they make it themselves?
I believe so.
Like it just says bottled by them, distilled in Tennessee.
Hmm.
That's what it says. And we learned something a little bit
Wait a minute now.
about this brand not that long ago, that there's 4 different locations
That's true.
that they make this, and you know that by, it just says it right here. So this one was bottled in Louisville, Kentucky, but it says selected and blended by the Carters, bottled by them, distilled in Tennessee.
Let's see.
Which kind of makes me wonder what it is. I mean, does that mean it's Dickel?
I have no idea, man.
So there's people out there that know way more about that kind of stuff than we do.
Yes,
They just start
I'm not
spouting
that
off.
guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you read the few things on here, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, that means it's this." That's not us.
Let's see. I'm trying to get some quick information here.
There's only 1,500 bottles of this.
Dickel sourced batches.
Okay, it is Dickel.
Which is shocking because
that is very shocking.
Not the biggest fan of Dickel. You know.
Again, I'll say it again. It's amazing what these places can do when they try. When they actually try.
Because the standard fare Dickel is not good.
No, it's not.
Now once you get to some of their more aged stuff, it's pretty good. But like standard, dude, like it tastes like medicine. Like legitimately tastes like medicine.
But you know what? Something I think they kind of have to make that stuff because they have to be able to fund the passion projects.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like
I just don't know who wants to drink that standard. Like
I mean, people do. You know, the people that shoot it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Shooters and mixers.
But even if I was going to shoot something, I'd rather go get something else.
I mean, yeah, but that's because we're drinking for flavor. But like, so we were at a lottery not that long ago, and we got to taste a few things, and one of those things was from a company that went bankrupt.
Yes.
You remember that one? And it was a company out of Mississippi. And so, obviously they had to auction everything off, and then somebody bought those barrels, bottled them under their label, but still put it on there that it came from somewhere in Mississippi. I think it was Canton. And I'm just and they're not the only ones here recently to declare bankruptcy. And I just wonder, this little company, did they have that everyday standard fare shooter mixer that could fund?
And the truth is, it's probably not, because
probably
let's be
not.
honest, like a lot of those small startup brands, they're specialty, right? So they're trying to make something very unique and very different. So they don't have that bottle that is just on every shelf.
But I guess what I'm saying is, like, as much as we talk about these big brands that sell, tons of this product that we wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, that's the thing that allows them to make the stuff that we actually do like from them.
Right.
I would say an exception to that is Turkey.
Yes.
Because I buy their do they have anything under 101?
So I was about to ask you, like, is there anything else
other
out there
than
besides Wild Turkey 101? Like there's got to be a regular ass Wild Turkey.
Well, they have regular Wild Turkey, right? That's a lower proof. But I don't think they have anything like bottom shelf, I guess is the best way to say it.
So I guess it would be the regular one because I just,
Like, I'm not
I
even
don't even
sure.
know. Like, I hear people tell horror stories about, like, yeah, I used to drink wild turkey back in the day and it was terrible. Like, I'm like, well, what wild turkey were you drinking? Like,
The regular stuff,
so like,
not the 101.
like literally when I just did a Google search, like the first thing it pulled up was like Kentucky Spirit and Wild Turkey 101, right? Like, so like,
Like one, like 101 and the regular stuff. Like the regular stuff is their bottom shelf.
but I'm even looking for it, like, just trying to Google Wild
Mm-hmm.
Turkey whiskey. Let's see, Wild
But
Turkey.
that's their moneymaker.
Uh,
Regular old wild turkey. That's their moneymaker.
yeah, but I can't even find like a picture of this.
What? Of regular wild turkey?
Yes, I'm serious, dude. Like, wait, is that it? Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon, $36.
That would, if it's a handle, maybe.
No, yeah. This is 40.5 proof, so 81 proof. So that's
Yeah,
got to be the stuff.
that's it. That's it.
So
I
price
mean,
point on
it's,
this is 36.88 on this website. I don't know where
yeah.
that's at. That sounds a little high to me, but
So for 750, you're talking probably 12, $15 for regular old wild turkey. Because you can get the 101 for, I think it's $20.
mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to be cheaper. But a lot of these companies, they have to have that I'm going to call it the cheap product, but they have to have that product in order to fund putting out stuff like Kentucky Spirit,
Yes.
Russell's 15,
Yeah.
right? Like otherwise, I don't. And then you think about how much they have to move to make that.
It's a lot.
You know,
It's a lot.
it's the same thing with Buff Trace. Like, Buffalo Trace is, and well, no, actually, Buff Trace isn't their moneymaker. It's friggin' Fireball.
That's very true.
Fireball is make no mistake. Fireball is Sazerac's moneymaker.
Yeah.
They actually take away from the Buffalo Trace product line to make
Dude,
Fireball.
like everybody I meet, like it's like, oh, I drink whiskey, and they're like, oh, Fireball, and I'm like, no, no, like not at all. Like
That's not. I don't think that's not whiskey,
like
right? It doesn't meet the like minimum 80%.
so I don't know
Right?
about that. Like I know when they said they like when they were doing the little ones, that was the one that didn't meet. But I don't know about like actual Fireball. Like I don't know what it is, bro. Like let's see, Fireball.
I want to say it's like 60 proof,
whiskey.
isn't it? That's terrible. We should know that.
Fireball cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah, buddy. He says we're gonna do an episode with Fireball. I don't believe.
Oh my God, it's 66 proof.
I told you. Yeah, I thought it was about 60 proof. So it's not whiskey, right? It doesn't meet the minimum, right? It's got to be at least 80.
Jeez.
But man, that's up there. Like you're drinking that straight. Well, you can drink a lot of it though, because like we're here drinking 100 proof. Like that's almost half.
Again, like I can't. Like I can't. I mean, for shits and giggles, we need to. Y'all want to see us drink a bottle of
It ain't
not
gonna.
a bottle.
I was gonna say
it ain't gonna be no bottle. That's
it
out
won't
of
be
the
a
damn
bottle.
question.
It'll probably be a pint.
Just
being real, it'll probably be a pint. Like the shits that you buy
I don't
behind
think
the counter.
I
Whatever.
know a person that owns any Fireball.
No, that's what I'm saying. It'll be a pint because I ain't buying no more. I'm not buying a bottle. You can forget that. Right. But I don't want to buy the little shooters either because I hear that those like aren't really Fireball. So
like that's scary. What can it be?
like there's not enough in there in order to like.
Yeah, no, I seen the article.
Know.
Like they got sued for it or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It was something to do with. It wasn't that it wasn't Fireball. So they put a product in gas stations. And in order to be in a gas station, it can't be 66 proof.
Okay.
It has to be 30 proof or less.
In all gas stations?
Like, I think in most gas stations, because they don't get, unless you're in a state that they sell hard liquor in a gas station.
Okay.
If they don't, it can't be that high proof, right? It can be as high gravity beer. I think it's 15%. is as high as you can go without a liquor license.
That
right?
sounds scary.
With a beer license, right? And so I think what happened was they made it. Buffalo Trace made it, and they put it in the little shooter bottles, and the label looked just like Fireball, real Fireball. And so people were buying this product thinking that they were buying real Fireball. And what they were buying was a much lower proof Fireball.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that they were, it's not that it doesn't like have the product in it or whatever, like for whatever reason that when you put 1 ounce of the stuff in there, all of a sudden it's lower proof. I think that they were just, and I don't think they were trying to do it maliciously either. They just, people were all upset that, oh, I thought I was buying 66 proof Fireball. I didn't realize I was buying 30 proof Fireball.
Shame on you for buying any of it. I'm so sorry.
Here's my thing. You know that the gas station can't sell hard liquor, and you thought you were buying hard liquor? That's where my mind goes. Like, they can only sell beer and wine.
Dude, I can't, yeah, the truth is, I say we're going to make that episode. It's probably not going to happen. Like, it's just, I don't think I have any urge whatsoever to try to give you a review of Fireball.
It's going to be biased. It's going to be unfair. Like, we're going to hate it.
Somebody should mix it into a blind for us. Somebody should mix it into a blind for us.
So here's my question. I've never even smelled it, so I'm curious.
Yes, you can tell.
How close is it to an Amberana bourbon?
No, it ain't even like that. It just, no.
Because it's cinnamon, right? And the Amberana has that like cinnamon. It's not like that. It tastes like, it smells like artificial, poured cinnamon flavoring in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Look.
I'm gonna sneak it to your ass one of these days.
More power.
When you're not paying attention, I'm just gonna pour some in your cup. I'm gonna go buy a bottle and hide it in my bag. Just pour it in your glass. When you're not paying attention, I'm gonna mix it into your William LaRue Weller.
You ass. You better not put that thing. You better not get that thing within 5 feet of my.
Oh my God.
So here's what we ought to do. We ought to, we've done cheapo episodes before, but we've never done something as cheap as like Fireball and Backwoods.
Backwoods what?
The like.
You're lying. Like, ain't no way. Yo.
The machine made cigars.
No, those aren't cigars. Those are not, bro.
The look on your face was worth it all.
Those are used for one thing and one thing only. They are produced for one, and nobody denies what those are produced for.
Oh my God.
I am not cutting that and lighting it. Like, I don't even want, no. Why?
Go back to your 20s.
Dog, like, okay, then give me a Dutch.
Okay, fine. We'll do a Dutch Master.
A Dutch Master.
Yeah,
or
sure.
What else, man? What did we use? A Philly.
Yeah.
Like, shit, is a Philly Dutch? It's a Philly Dutch? Philly? Y'all can I don't do that no more, man. Like,
he's trying to remember though.
I'm trying to, like,
Look, we could put the thing of a little pint of Fireball and some like Mad Dog 2020 with some Black and Milds and some Phillies back here, and be like, we going back to our 20s.
You smoke Black and Milds in your 20s?
No, I didn't smoke at all.
Okay, so Jason just made a terrible black joke. Like, he's like, our 20s. Nah, motherfucker, that was... Like...
No, I just happen to not smoke.
Okay, so if we're going to do this Fireball shit, then we're going to do a real hood-ass episode. We're going to get some MD 2020 as well.
That's what I said.
Like,
that's what I said.
Let's do Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Let's try to find some Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Y'all want to see that?
No,
is that what the hell y'all want to see?
That I did drink.
Boone's Farm?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that should have get you.
Absolutely, I drank Boone's Farm. Fuzzy Navel, Strawberry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy. Like Kool-Aid with some alcohol in it.
The sugar
is
what got you lit. Like, believe me, like, everyone's like, why am I so intoxicated? Because you just drank a bottle of sugar and alcohol.
Yes.
Like, that's all it is.
And it went straight to the bloodstream.
Yeah, man. Like, so, Jesus, dude, like, that sounds terrible. That literally sounds Terrible. Let's talk about these cigars
Okay.
and the bourbon.
Yeah, because I think we're at time.
We're getting close, I think.
We went off on a tangent. And...
Yeah, I don't know how close we are, but I think we're getting close.
So the bourbon is really aromatic. I'm still getting these bright fruits like grape, apple. It's not. I mean, obviously it's 110, so it's not overly ethanol on the nose.
No, not at all.
I don't get any
like
ethanol.
Even for the neck pour.
Right. Like there's no ethanol on the nose whatsoever. And the flavors, like I said, the balance on the flavors is absolutely incredible that they were able to do that. On the cigar, I haven't actually had a Ratzilla in a while, and I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, I'm smoking it fast as hell.
Like it's and I don't need to love this cigar because it's like $18-$20. Like, and you're never gonna find this on sale.
Yeah.
Ever.
No.
You know, so but if you go somewhere and you can find this and you're into the stronger, heavier cigars, you should definitely try it if you've never had it. You know, don't let that sticker shock get you. It's well worth the $18-$20 every now and then.
Yeah.
This is not something you're going to smoke once a week or something like that. Like this is just every now and again. But phenomenal cigar, great construction, great flavor. It's not crazy strong. It's not blowing my palate away, but it's super flavorful. Love it. What you got?
So I'm gonna start with the cigar. I'm going to disagree with Jason. If you can afford to smoke this all the time and you can find them all the time, do your thing. This is a phenomenal cigar. Okay, like it's full of flavor and it's full of strength. Both two things that I really, really love. Right. It's a Liga, so the construction is very good. I'm having a little bit of burn problem, but that's probably just because of how fast I'm smoking it. To be completely honest with you,
probably how much we're talking too.
You know, I mean, great construction as far as I'm concerned. Like it's still, I didn't have to do anything crazy to it. I don't have any tunnels or anything like that. Smoke production has been phenomenal, and it's classic Liga, man. Like it's well done. Y'all know how big a Drew Estate fans we are. We are Drew Estate fanboys. Jason got on a Drew Estate hat right now. There's three Drew Estate bags in the room at this moment.
That's true.
Okay. So like we are really Drew Estate fanboys, right? I have a Drew Estate.
They make great products.
They do. I have a Drew Estate lighter, right?
I got a Drew Estate
and the freestyle is about to happen. So there's a cut. Like so again, that tells you there's a freestyle event about to happen real soon. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a phenomenal cigar, man. If you can get your hands on it, do it. Like buy a box if they'll let you. Buy a box. Like,
a lot of these places will let you buy a box. You know, you can get I think these are boxes of 10. And I want to say, you know, they run like 180 for the box of 10,
it's worth
something
it.
like that.
It's just worth it.
It is worth it.
It's worth it, right? Far as
when we were in CI one time, they had them.
They did. That's what I was saying. Like,
and I almost grabbed the whole box. Remember?
You probably should have.
But I wanted to get other stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to spend $200 on cigars right now.
And I'm pretty positive these were excluded from discounts.
They had box pricing.
Yeah.
But
it's overall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. As far as the bourbon goes, this is a phenomenal Old Carter. For me, it fits right into the sweet spot of what I like. It's I don't mind a high proof, but this is a perfect place for something that you're just going to sip all night with your buddy, right? Like realistically, like if this wasn't such a hard bottle to get and super expensive, I would tell Jason like, hey, let's just enjoy, man. Like,
so I'm more worried about this bottle than I am the high proofers. Because the high proofers, I'm doing a little pour, right? Because they're high proof. I mean, you're not going to get away from that.
Right.
And they're flavor bombs, you know, whatever. This is such an easy sipper.
Exactly.
At 110 proof.
Exactly. It's everything you want.
And it's the same price as them other bottles.
Absolutely. It's everything that you want, man. So
like it's such a, you know, it's such a great bottle that you can just easily sip on that all night.
Again, and that's my thought process. Like, so it's
which makes it dangerous.
I'm gonna have to just hide it from myself because now that it's open, I have a problem staying off of my top shelf. I'm not even gonna lie, but there's so many bottles on my top shelf at this point that it's not really a big deal when it's just me. right? So those bottles don't venture out of the house very often, but I'm gonna have a problem staying away from that one, so I'm gonna have to tuck it away a little bit. But that's what I've got for you as far as my review. Like another flavor bomb from Old Carter, especially at the 110. That one is just super, super well rounded and very easy to drink, which can get you in trouble very, very easily. So, with that being said, drink responsibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see my water up here right now, but like I had a full bottle before the episode started. I'm going to have a full bottle when the episode ends. And that's just what we do, right? Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content.
Price point. They're about what, 180,
180,
$200,
$200, something like that
at retail.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you can get them. Some of them are in point systems. You know, a lot of times they're not crazy because these are out there. They're not just sitting on the shelf.
So they may not be out there as much as they used to be, just because of the situation that occurred with Old Carter.
Right.
That might have been some situations where people just grabbed as many as they could at the point or at the time. So
yeah, this is true. I probably need to make sure I get a couple more, just
for sure,
because you don't know
what we're about to get.
Right. Well, as far as I know, last year, 2024, they didn't release any bottles, if I recall correctly. So whatever bottles you might see out there right now, you need to go ahead and pick them up because they're all good. I mean, and for what I understand, except for the state bottles, but the rest of them, great. Just pick them up.
No disagreements here. But
all right,
y'all know what it is, man. Another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm Duran, no cool nickname. My partner to the right today,
Jason JB Smoke. We'll see y'all in the next one. Put some smoke in the air.